Don't even know where I'm going with this. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of me just sitting in my bedroom talking. So basically I went to see a comedy show in Bournemouth and I started filming it, and then I was like, you know, I'm not gonna bother because I just don't really have the time to sit and edit something. And basically I went to see the show, and on the way home I decided that I had to make a video. So I went to Bournemouth on Friday to see the comedy group Foil Arms and Hog. Yes, I did buy the merch. And I've been watching their stuff on YouTube for quite a while, a few months now. Basically last year, when I was going through a bit of a rough patch, I did not laugh a lot. I couldn't find reason to laugh. About like end of October, November time, I stumbled across their stuff on YouTube. I went onto their channel and I was like, oh actually I've seen some of this stuff before. And from there it spiraled. I basically binge watched pretty much every video they had. And the reason it's so important to me is because they kind of taught me how to laugh again. For someone who was really struggling during that time, that was really, really good, and it was such a relief to feel like I could laugh. And they really, really inspired me, and it did mean an awful lot. I mean, I ended up starting to write my own comedy things, although I haven't actually made any of them yet. Hopefully I will in time. Honestly, it meant so much to be able to go and see them because they had such an impact on my life. Like, they made me want to push myself with my YouTube stuff and everything else. So on Friday, we went down to Bournemouth. The show was in the Pavilion Theatre, and so we turned up early, bought some merch, again, and we went in to see the show. The show was absolutely fantastic. They were so funny, they were picking out on the crowd, and then they did all their sketches, obviously brilliant, they're well thought out. I spent the entire time with a smile on my face, and it felt so good to be back in that, I feel like I was back in that place where I was happy, and we were literally sat in the third row back. It was amazing, it really was amazing, and I absolutely 100% recommend if you ever get the chance to go and see them, then do. They had such this like chemistry with the audience, and obviously like they've got chemistry between them. One of my favourite bits of the show was when they ended up picking on this guy that was sat at the end of our row. He had like a shirt on with like a line across the front, like a sash. And they started calling him the ambassador and all that sort of stuff, and then every time he ended up like standing up, they'd pick him out and be, oh, the ambassador, and they'd salute. And they joked about like, oh, you stand up when he stands up and all that sort of stuff. It got to the point where one time in the show they got him to stand up and the entire audience stood up as well. Like the entire audience. It was so funny because they'd never had that happen to them before. Like an audience take their own joke that far. Yeah. I've forgotten where I was. I don't know. Audience, joke. The way that they also use their Irish identity as well is absolutely brilliant. Also, they can sing like really well. They can play the guitar, they can sing, they can act. I'd give anything to be part of a group like that. They're touring the UK and they tour Ireland, and they're now off to Australia, and their audience just reaches so far and wide, but I think the more important thing is about the impact that they've had on those people. So after the show we went out to the foyer and they were out there, they were selling merch and stuff, and they were doing pictures and stuff, and I got my picture taken with them, and I sort of went up to them and I was like, you know, you guys really like helped me turn my life around. They were like, oh, that's so awesome, and they all gave me a high five, and they took a selfie with me, and it was really lovely. I'll put it right here. And they were actually really lovely, and I was like shaking because, you know, it's like these people that have had such like an impact on my life, and for me to finally get to the point where I can meet them, and I really, really, really hope that they come back next year. So I would really like to just say a big thank you to Foil Arms and Hog, because they've had phenomenal impact. And I imagine it's not just my life, I imagine there's hundreds of other people out there that they've had the same impact on their lives, and it really, really means a lot to everyone who's a fan. So yeah, thank you. And if you are Foil Arms and Hog and you are watching this video, I want you to know how much of an impact that you have on people's lives just from doing your comedy sketches on YouTube. I really hope you come back to Bournemouth next year. And I thank you.